Hi, 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade leaders. We are preparing for June 2nd, and today we are talking about the armor of God. In your small group times as you arrive, you will have a bag of dice and a cup. Each kid gets 5 of the same colored dice. They're going to play a game called Drop Dead. And when they play this game, they're going to roll their dice, all 5 of them at a time. If they roll a 5 or a 2, those dice come out of play and are not a part of the dice anymore, and they continue to roll until they have no more dice. So every time they roll a 5 or a 2, or they roll a bunch of 5s or they roll a bunch of 2s, then they're going to remove all of those, and they keep rolling until they don't have any more dice to roll. They're supposed to keep track of their points that they get. Each dot on the dice is worth 1 point. And then you can play until you get to a certain point value, or you can play till you've gone through this many rounds where everybody gets a turn this many times. Have fun with that. It's really a game to help your kids learn ways to interact with each other. When we can teach them games, then they have tools to go and make relationships with other kids, because most of these games they could play without an adult with them. Then we will move into large group. We'll play a game together, sing some worship songs and a worship song, and talk through our Bible story today. One of the things I want kids to understand is that when we are believers, Jesus has given us the Holy Spirit to be our helper. Not only has He given us the Holy Spirit to be our helper, He's also equipped us with tools that we can use, just like armor for a soldier. Tools that we can use that can help us stand against evil things in our lives, or evil things going around us. I know if you spent very much time talking to any of the kids, each one of them will tell you that bullying is a very real thing in their life, and they have seen it over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And so that may be one part that you talk about this, and how there are ways that we can lovingly stand up and help our friends fight against a bully potentially, but also how we can share the hope of Jesus with that person, because potentially that person doesn't have that, and that's why they are continuing to be hateful and mean and vengeful. So in your small group time, you are going to have a bag full of circles and a bag full of decorating supplies. So there's some tape and some stickers, markers, and other things. Your instructions say to let the kids decorate their shield however they want. You know your group best. If you think that you just need to give them a free-for-all and let them decorate their shield, feel free to do that. You can also have a really good discussion while they are just decorating their shield however they want. I might encourage them to decorate it with things that remind them of their faith. Because when we remember we have the shield of faith, we need to remember those things that prove to us that we have faith in Jesus. Because there's a time for all of us, and some of us multiple times, where we have to defend our faith real regularly. And how do we defend that if we don't know what that means? So your 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders, all of them, are mature enough that they can have that kind of conversation. Again, you know your small group better, you know you better, and how you can direct that conversation. But you may want to dig in a little deeper this week and help them understand what faith is, what faith looks like, and have them decorate their shield as a reminder to them of what faith looks like. Or maybe they want to decorate both sides. One side they want to decorate the way they want it to, and the other side they want to remember all of the things that remind them of their faith. Go through the discussion questions as they are decorating their shield. It's a great time to kind of probe and understand some of the things that kids have to stand up for. And what are ways that we can use that helmet of salvation and the breastplate of truth and the belt of truth, and our shoes that help us share the gospel with others. How can we use those tools, even though we don't physically have them? How can we use those tools as a reminder of how God has equipped us with the Holy Spirit and with words from the Bible? You have your memory verse activity where you will write the memory verse out on your marker board. Maybe at this time in the month in the series, everybody's gotten really good at their memory verse. You may have one or two new kids because it is the first of summer. So encourage them. They don't have to have it memorized yet, but they are just learning it in the same place where many of you were when you first started learning it. Play the activity however that works best in your small group. If you want to erase several words at a time, whatever works best for you, I highly recommend that you do. Then you can pray and dismiss, and encourage you to tell parents as they come and pick up their kids what you talked about today. That each kid in your group has at their disposal all of the armor, the Holy Spirit as well, and that with those things we can all stand up against many things in the world around us. Find a small group, find a party to be a part of this summer. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me at any time. I love you guys and thank you so much for leading.